What's going on, everybody? How are you? I am doing great. It has been a really good Friday. I am excited for the weekend. I'm trying my best to come out of my shell. I feel like my customer service representative is mostly the person that you see on these videos, and I cringe at it sometimes because I'm so much more, well, I'll say used to be, because I'm trying to come out of my shell in real life again. I've been so closed off and in hermit mode, and I've isolated for a very long time now, and in turn it has made me be a clam in my shell. And I'm very funny, I'm very zany, I'm very I use a lot of a lingo, and I'm just very carefree normally, but it's so hard when you've isolated yourself to come out of that shell. And I'm so trying, because I want you guys to see my personality. I want everyone to see my personality, the new and improved me, but with the same funny charisma, because it's in there and it's dying to come out. I just don't trust most people right now with all of that. That I don't think there's a lot of people around me that deserve that, and I'm gonna have to discern and see who earns it. But as of the last few months, I haven't even cared to get that deep into any kind of relationship with anyone, and to even go that extra step to be funny or be zany or be just my crazy self. And I say crazy like keep you on your toes, make you laugh, keep you feeling comfortable around me, just things like that. And then people really started really calling me crazy, and years ago that made me stop calling myself crazy, because I'm not agreeing with them. It's a different kind of crazy than what they're talking about, but it made me very self-conscious about the way that I described myself. And the past few months I've stopped being that part of myself. I've kind of put that on a shelf, because it's not time for that right now, and I want it to be time for that. I so want it to be time for that again. I cannot wait until I'm comfortable around the people that I surround myself with, to show them that side of me again, and to be that person, that funny person. I'm very funny. I promise I am. So I'm trying. Yeah, so I'm gonna give a shout out to I know it's backwards, but it says Taco Mamacita, because that is my favorite restaurant in the whole wide world. And if you ever come to Chattanooga, you need to go eat there. Their Baja California tacos, and their mango habanero salsa, and their chicken tortilla soup, off the chain. I mean, just chef's kiss. So go there if you ever want to check it out. I wanted to buy one of these shirts in their stores a while back, and I asked them, and it was $25, and I was like, no, that is not in my budget. So it was like a week later, I found one of these shirts at the thrift store for like $3, $2, $3. It has a little hole right here. I do not care. I am repping Taco Mamacita till I die, because it's just so good. We have two here now. There used to be just one, but if I ever went out, which was rare, that's where I was going. I don't care who was with me. You knew if we were going out to eat, that's where I was taking you, because I love it. I love it so much. So let them know, anyone working there, let them know if they want to sponsor me. I'm your girl, because I love it, and I'll talk about it endlessly to anybody that will listen. Today we're going to talk about the Queen and King of Pentacles energy, how to complete this series and get the final energy that you need to fully step up on that throne and embody all four King and Queen energies, so that you can fully emulate that royal, metaphorical royalty that you already are. You just don't know it yet. You have to bring those things out, and you have to practice them. You have to get better at them. It's where it comes natural, and put them all together and have the complete package. Okay, it's amazing. I'll tell you, I never thought about it before learning tarot, and I don't think it has anything to do with tarot. it's just what I learned when I was listening to tarot, but it rings so true in life. And I want all of you to be able to step into your true, authentic, genuine, um, confident power and embody all four of those energies and be unfuckwittable, okay? Because that's what it is. Ultimately, that's what it is. You don't care. You do what you do. I'm going to stay over here on my throne and be awesome. Okay, so let's go into the Pentacle energy. Very abundant, balance, practicality, frugality, looks for a good deal but does not compromise on good taste. So Pentacles equal coins. And when I talk about coins, I mean not just your money, I mean wealth. And wealth doesn't have to be just money, okay? Wealth, in my opinion, can mean rich in character, morals, good deeds, spirit, and education. There's a whole lot more, but that's other ways right off the top of my head that you could be rich without having a dime to your name and still strive for those things when we're talking about Pentacle energy, okay? So the King of Queen of Pentacles, these are some characteristics. It is the earth element, so very down to earth, very grounded, very practical, right? They take very good care of children and their family. They cook comfort meals. Their home is going to be very inviting and comfortable. They're going to have lots of plans with business ventures. They're very business savvy, strategic with investments. They are very successful, even though they may not boast about it. Like I said, if you are successful, you just emulate that, you embody that. It oozes from your pores. People can see it on you. You don't have to be in your ego and talk about it. If you're talking about it, it's probably cap, you're fronting, okay? So they are successful, and when you're successful, you want to surround yourself with other successful people. And I mean in the upright, people that are positive. They want good things for other people. They don't try to covet their ideas and be greedy. They want to share. People at the top, and I don't mean the one percenters, but people that actually got it out the mud and worked hard to get where they are. They want to spread it around, okay? Like I was talking about, God giving me money because he knows that I will do good things with it, and I pray for him to send me people that he deems necessary for me to help. So the King and Queen of Pentacle energy is helping other people once you get to the top, surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals that also want the best for everyone else. It's not an earth sign, but I think of my sons. They're both Aquariuses, and they're the water bearers, so that they put other people on, right? They are very disciplined, can seem cold at times, but very ambitious and good with money. So once they get to the top, they put other people on. And that's kind of like the King and Queen of Pentacles energy. They are going to put other people on when they get up there. And if you don't know what that means, look it up. That's the best way I know how to describe it right now. You're gonna share the wealth. You're gonna spread it around. You are gonna tell other people how to do what you did and how to do it in a safe, positive way to secure yourself for your family and for your own future, right? They're gonna be discreet with their financial affairs. They're not going to flaunt it, like I said. It's not going to be a lot of, it's not ego driven. None of these things in the upright are ego driven at all. So imagine this energy creates a nest egg, and they don't tell anyone about it. I think when I think of earth signs, I think of my grandmother. She was a Capricorn, and she was very much this way. She would act like she didn't have any money, but she always had money. She just didn't talk about it. She was very smart and very selective on where and how she spent her money, and very discerning on who she decided to give it to and what she did with her own money. I should have learned a lot from her when you're younger, but when you're a kid, you rebel, and I'm an air sign, so my head was always in the clouds, and so she would try to pull my feet back down to the ground and tell me what I should do. Be patient, save your money. And I didn't do any of those things until I got older and she was gone, and then I realized, oh, that's what she was talking about. I wish I had listened to her so much sooner, because she had it on lock. I just didn't want to admit that she was right at the time. But very, very smart woman. They're self-sufficient. All kings and queens of the that energy are independent. So very independent, empowers and nurtures others. Not only nurture but nourish. Okay, like the water bear, they're gonna spread it around. They're gonna water everything so that it comes down from the top. You know, when people say shit rolls downhill, well, this is in a good way, not in a bad way. They're gonna turn other people on to what they tried and how it worked for them, and empower them to do that for themselves. So very self-made, got it out the mud people, right? Have principles, very precautious. They are supportive when they see other people around them that are stranded or confused, and they will offer a very grounded approach to those people, because that's how they operate. They raise others to be responsible, right? My grandmother always wanted me to be responsible, and I always took offense to how she, I was her child. She raised me. She was my mother, okay? And if it hadn't been for my uncle who locked me out, telling me that I couldn't call her mother because she wasn't really my mother, then I would have called her mother till the day that I die, because she was in every sense my mother, right? But she always let everyone come back home. She let her children come back home. My dad lived with her and his new wife when I think they got married when I was 2, but then we moved into our own place, lived with her until I was in maybe 4th grade. My uncle, who locked me out of his house, he lived with my grandmother until he was in his 50s. My other uncle still lived at her house even after she died. We had to pretty much make him move out. There were holes in the wall, the roof was falling in, and he still didn't want to move out and get his own place. My aunt, she was in and out of my grandmother's place, but if I ever wanted to come back, it was no. And I thought, how could she let them come back? How could she let them go in and out? And then I realized much later that she was trying to make me independent. She didn't want me to be in and out of her house. She wanted me to stand on my own 2 feet. She wanted to empower me to be able to do it myself. And that is one of the biggest reasons. The biggest reason is God. But how I got started after praying and not seeing the results yet was knowing that my grandmother had that confidence in me that I could do it. I could do anything. I could survive off of little, very little, and be self-sufficient, and I could do it. And so that's what I thought of when I first started putting my plan into action after getting locked out of my uncle's, and when I surrendered and stopped asking people for help, and I just relied on him and gave it up to him. How I started putting one foot in front of the other was thinking, what would my grandmother do? What would she tell me to do? Try to embody the energy that she had perfected, and use her as, she's always been my role model, but especially in this situation now, because I know that she would have been okay, and I needed to use all of the things that she taught me and told me to be in this moment. And all of those tools came in handy, because I was able to not be so emotional. I was able to be grounded. I was able to, of course, have your moments, but leave that where it is. Let it go. Let it be fleeting. Don't hold on to it. She was very, very much like that, and she raised me to be like that. It just took me a long time. A long time to admit that she was right and a long time to put it into action. But boy, am I glad that I had her and she taught me, because it has made all the difference. It made all the difference in the beginning of this journey that I was forced on, and I'm so grateful for the journey. I'm so grateful for those tools. She was a great mentor, and she was great at business. She was a manager. She was a stay-at-home mother until her husband was killed, and then she was a leader at her job. She ran a retail store. After not having any experience with that, she just went right into it and led the way. Right away, they promoted her. So I always really looked up to her, and that she had those skills. She would be able to maneuver around any situation and come out on top. So yeah, look, find you somebody like that and learn from them if you don't already have a mentor. Mentors are very important because, like I said, if I hadn't had that, I wouldn't have known how to start walking that walk. So get you a mentor. It it's wonderful to be able to look up to someone who wants the best for you. It will probably, most of the times, it might not even be anybody in your family. I had a business mentor that I got from a program online, and I was using that before I moved in with my uncle to be able to start moving towards opening a cake business. So mentors in all area of life. Even after my grandmother died, I collected moms. I had people that I could call all around the country that I had met through my life journey that I could use to lean on and get advice from. So mentors are very important. And the Queen and King of Pentacles, they are very, very good mentors. So in reverse, we're going to talk about in reverse because I want you guys to recognize that and not go that way, right? I don't want you to be in any kind of reversed energy. This energy in reverse would be greedy, mismanages money, lacks sense of duty and capability, gold diggers, right? Gold diggers, materialistic, lazy, not wanting to work for what they get. They want to find them a trick, right? Hasty, being procrastinating, not hit the ground running, not thinking projects all the way through, just jumping in, thinking that this is the next flash in the pan kind of thing. I would say that's my uncle. My uncle was very much a King of Pentacles in reverse. Didn't have all, I'm going to say doesn't have all of the King and Queen energy, and the ones that he had in reverse. And this is ultimately not paying off for him. So don't do that, all right? Don't be shallow. Don't be a show off. Don't try to talk about how you've got deep pockets, because as soon as you do, guess what? God's going to flip that around on you real quick. And the things that you talk down about other people about is going to happen to you. So don't do that. Don't focus on status, right? Don't focus on status. That's not what it's about, right? You want to be rich in your character. You want to be listened to. You don't want to be that boastful, arrogant, condescending, what's another word for it? Obnoxious. Who's going to listen to you? That's the opposite of a mentor, right? That's the opposite of a water bearer. That's the opposite of someone that's grounded. And what's ironic about it is my uncle's a Virgo. He's an earth sign, but he had all of these things. He just used them in the wrong way. And he didn't have a lot of morals to go along with it. So everything was reversed. It's not going to pay off for you. Don't do that. You might get a lot of people in low vibrational, negative energies that will follow you, but that's because to them, you look like you're winning. No matter how you're getting it, you look like somebody that they need to look up to because they've never had a positive mentor, an upright King or Queen of Pentacles to take advice from. So to wrap it up, for all of the King and Queen energies to boss up and embody all of those for your Empress status. You should be independent overall, right? Honoring energetic limits for yourself. Know when to rest and rejuvenate. Don't spread yourself too thin or overextend yourself for others. Self-care. So fill your own cup. Pour back into your own cup. Be a leader. Step up, right? Step up to the plate. Emotionally mature. Very important. Don't be childish. Don't be an adult child running around in these streets, right? And don't come off of your throne for anyone, no matter what kind of response that these low vibrational people try to elicit from you. Don't give them what they want. Let them win. Let them, right? That's their karma. That's them doing what they think is right in a low down, dirty way. It's not going to pay off. Don't you have any hand in serving up that vengeance? Don't be resentful. Don't let it sit in your soul so that it bubbles up inside of you and causes you to do something reckless without thinking. Don't let it make you angry. Just let them do what they're going to do, and you stay on your throne, unbothered AF, okay? Be very committed to your goals, very committed to your morals, be very committed to your focus, right, on your dreams. Be very hardworking towards all of that. So one foot in front of the other to make those things be realized in your world, come to fruition. Be very intentional. Be positive and be intentional with everything that you do. Be positive in your intentions. Like I said, the negative attentions will come back to you threefold, tenfold. It's going to flip around. What you wish on the others is going to happen to you. So you want to stay in the upright and be positive with your intentions. 100p, right? Stand in your power. When I say stand in your power, I mean be assertive, have a strong voice, be very bold, maintain clarity, and have clear communication. Focus on your goals, be authentic and genuine. Treat yourself with love and kindness and acceptance. Do that for others. That's very important. Do it for others, but do it for yourself. You will influence others when you embody this maturity and strength. So when it's second nature to you, when you've done it for so long that you don't even have to think about it anymore, remind yourself, when someone does something bad to you, pray for them. Don't come, when you have to remind yourself, don't come off your throne. Don't give them what they want. I'm not going to be that person. I'm not that person anymore. When all of these things come to you like clockwork, you don't even have to stop and think about it anymore. And then it is the new you. It is you. That is you from now on, right? There's no going back. And when you see the results of that, and you are so proud of the hard work that you put into yourself, and you realize that it was a waste of time to be in any of those negative energies, it's awesome, right? It's so awesome. That's the thing with my situation is they wanted to take things away from me. They wanted to make me sad. They wanted to not give to me, not give love to me, because they saw how loving and kind that I was. I wanted to always be in that Queen of Cups energy and just be nice and be loving and try harder and give more, because eventually they would see and give it back to me. Well, they wanted to withhold it from me. The people closest to me wanted to withhold that love. They wanted to withhold that encouragement and positivity from me, because they thought that I would crumble. They thought that I would curl up in a ball. The one thing, other than God, the main thing that they left out was God, because He's in control, not them. But what they did not think that I would do was love myself. Love myself, to give myself all of the things that they denied me of. And that's what I want you to do too. When you start on this journey in tarot, that would be the Fool card. And I might do a video on the Fool card too, because the Fool card is beautiful. That means that you can start over. After Tower moments, which are inevitable in your life, whether they be horrific or just, learning opportunities, Tower moments means something was built on a faulty foundation. So you get to rebuild. So even if it is catastrophic, it's beautiful because you're getting to rebuild something new. And then the Fool card means you're starting out on a new journey. You're learning new things, meeting new people, going new places. You're starting fresh, right? And that's what you need to embrace, right? The change. That's the only thing constant is change. So embrace the Fool's journey, embrace those Tower moments. But while you're doing that, every step of the way, until you have any of those things, and after you have all of those things, love yourself. Love yourself. Not only because it can be taken away from you at any moment, but because there are vicious, malicious people out there that withhold it because they see your light, because they want to dim your light. And that, if you are a loving person, you are of the light, and you are positive all the time, they see that you giving that, quite possibly before you learn about low vibrations and all of this negativity, you're oblivious to it, right? You're living completely in the 3D, that you want that back, that you want that more than anything. The things that you give to others, you want that back. And so they decide to use that as a manipulation tool and withhold it, right? So that you feel down, so that you feel unloved and you feel unworthy and that you're not enough. And that makes them feel better about themselves because they have you right where they want you. They have you stuck. They have you thinking that there's all these blockages and dead ends. But the sooner that you start to love yourself and you start to pour back in yourself, and you know that you are great without any of those things and that you didn't need them in the first place, because you can provide all of that and more to yourself, then it's so much easier to walk away. It's so much easier to let go of those things that don't serve you, or that, even worse, are trying to hurt you. It's so much easier, because then what do you need them for, right? You don't. All you need is God, and for you to love yourself. That's all you need. That's all you really need. So the things that they try to take away from you or withhold from you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all, because you're giving that to yourself, and you're not going to accept less. You set those boundaries and say, I'm worth much more than this, and why would I waste 1 second more of my time begging or chasing after that when I have this? When I have this, all of this. I love this. I am worthy. I am beautiful. I am a star. I don't need to chase after or want for any of that low vibrational energy, because I have God and I have me. And you all have that already. You just need to take that illusion away and see it and believe it. Hold on to it and build off of it, right? So that's what I want for all of you today. Think about that. Do your own research. Do your own affirmations that you are worthy, and you don't need to waste any more time on needing or wanting something from another individual, especially if they're treating you or talking to you badly. Okay? I love you. God loves you. You're never alone. Bye.